Shalom, shalom. All praises, all honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Karkadash, the double honors to the elders of the great millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect in the nation of Israel, and to respected brother Israelites that are scattered across the four corners of the earth. To y'all say shalom. And I also want to give a shalom to all you brothers and sisters that may be listening and learning to these videos. And shalom to all you brothers that are out there in the highways and byways, magnifying the words of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai these latter days, trying to wake up the elect. I'm coming back at y'all with another quick video on natural news. And I also want to mention that this video is only for the Israelites, and the Israelites are who you call today black people, African American, Hispanic, wetback, beaners, Native American, Indians, savages. Those are all bywords that we were going to be called according to the curses in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. We were going to be called something other than our original nationality. And I also want to say that who the world really calls Jesus, he only died for that nation of people, the Israelites. His real name is Yahweh Shai. And who the world really calls God, which God is a title, right? His name is Yahweh, and he only chose that nation, for himself. And that nation is above all people, regardless. But I'm coming back at y'all with this video on, I'm going to read what it says. It says, pattern of fires striking food facilities across USA suggests arson teams are burning down America's food production infrastructure. Hey, man, if you coming across this video, you knew Esau Edom is the so-called white nation. That is their real nationality. There is no such thing as called whites. That is a made-up construct, a made-up, man-made term. So, same thing as black. That's not a nationality. That is a color. Same thing with the white. That is a color. They're not white. When you look at white car, they don't look like the white car. They're not white. They're Edomites. That's their real nationality according to the Bible. But these are who the earth has been given to. These people are the earth, who the Lord has given the earth unto, right? Because probably in the last couple of weeks or so, you've had a lot of food plants, somehow go down in flames. Us in this truth, in this faith, we know Esau, they have a thing called order out of chaos, man. Meaning they create chaos so they can bring in order. That's why it's called order out of chaos. They bring in order after the chaos has started, that they have caused. And we also know that the prophecy of a famine has to take place. But let's get this first, right? In Revelation 12, verse 12. Because it's not a coincidence that you had, all these major food processing plants, basically be destroyed by fire. Hey, yeah, I believe that somebody, Esau did that, It says, Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, which is the prophets, and, us that's in this truth. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, which the devil is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. It's come down to you having great wrath because he knoweth that he had but a short time, right? And that's the reason why he's destroying the food supply. I remember in 2019 I was seeing videos of, basically farmers coming out and saying that the government was paying them, to basically destroy their crops, their livestock, and everything, I remember this. This was in 2019. This is before the whole, plague came and all that stuff, so-called, pandemic. This is before that. I remember that. That was like, 3 years ago? And now it's 2022. But the world, especially our people, we're not worried about the heathens. Our people, 2/3 of you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, they're going to be caught off guard. They're going to be caught off guard. But let me read what this says. It says, a pattern of fires striking food facilities across the U.S. suggests that arson teams are targeting food facilities for destruction. This theory is confirmed and is consistent with other engineered tactics now being deployed to destroy food in abundance in America. And remember that, like I said, if any of you brothers come across, that's diligent in his faith and that's going out, y'all come across this video, y'all probably seen that Edomite, that's basically like the spokesman for the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, he literally said that there was going to be a famine. And Biden came out and said it too, like about a couple of weeks ago. He said that there was going to be a famine. He said there was going to be a cyber attack, and he said, we got to leave the NWO. They literally came out and told people this, so it's not a secret. It's not a secret. Nothing is a secret anymore. Let's get that in the book of what's that, Luke? I think it's Luke. This is Luke chapter 12 and verse 2. It says, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. You see that? And this is why this is an article. This is why they're speculating that, because Esau is losing power fast, man. The fact that this is, on the news, and this is pretty much mainstream, because I believe, what's his name, Tucker Carlson, whatever his name is, the CNN anchor, he basically said that, it just doesn't add up. And he's an Edomite too. He actually ran across, the men of the Lord of GMS, the elders apostles of Great Millstone. He ran across them. I seen the video. I don't know how long ago it was, but he ran across them, so he's heard the truth. He's heard his judgment. But do you think he believes it, or you think he wants it to happen? No, because this is his kingdom. But get this in what should I get this in 2 Esdras chapter, was it 16? And let me get this in I'm gonna get verse 19. It says, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for the amendment. So basically, these things that are about to happen, the time of Jacob's trouble, the time of the worst time in history, these things are to happen because of judgment. For Jake to get the act right. But we know, prophecy says that 2/3 of our people will not repent. They're going to be judged and they're going to be destroyed for that. And there's a reason why the Lord, who the world calls God and Jesus, is bringing this thing, and why he's causing it, because this world is wicked and it's evil. That's why you had the Crown Royale, the plague hit in 2020, and it's still going on. They're not done with that either. These are all sent as scourges for an amendment. But I'm going to get verse 20. It says, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And what I'm starting to notice is, I've been noticing it for a while, that you have some jakes that they see stuff that's not making sense. They see stuff that's not right. But through the hardness and the deceit in their heart, which your heart is your mind, they're not going to repent. And they don't truly think it's going to happen because they don't want it to happen because they're of this world. So when things actually go down full force, they're going to be unprepared, and they're going to be caught with their pants hanging down, so to speak. They're going to be exposed. They're going to be vulnerable. But hey, the elect of the nation of Israel, they're not going to be vulnerable in this time. When that famine does hit, the elect is going to eat. While everybody else is going to starve. But I'm going to get this in verse 21. It says, behold, victuals should be so good cheap upon the earth, they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Right. You got a lot of stuff going on, man. You got a lot of stuff going on. Whether Jake, whether our people want to acknowledge that or not, you got a lot of stuff going on, man. You got a lot of stuff going on. And this famine that's about to hit, and which is going to affect everybody. Us in this faith, us, people outside the faith, our people that's outside the faith. But they're not going to be protected though. That's the thing about them. They're not going to be protected because they came across the truth, man. The truth has been out here for years. The elders and apostles of Great Millstone have been out here for years. And you got videos on the internet. Well, this is verse 22. It says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Right. The Lord is putting on the spirit of Esau to do these things, man. It's not a coincidence that you didn't have I think I just watched a video. They said you've had over a dozen basically food plants basically catch fire. Well, how they just gonna catch fire all of a sudden? A dozen is 12. How does that even make sense? How did they just catch on fire? You don't think Esau has something to do with something to do with this? You know, you don't think Esau has something to do with this, man? You know, but our people, man, they're naive, man. They trust in this devil, man. You know, they don't have the understanding. They don't have the I solve. You know, they don't have it. They just believe everything this devil says, or they too scared to go up against him. Um, Let me get this. It says, this is a beautiful thing, man, to see this because we know that the kingdom is closer. And I'm going to give verse 16 and verse 17 on Matthew, the 13th chapter. It says, but blessed are your eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear. Verse 17 says, for verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which you see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which you hear, and have not heard them. Right. You know, the prophets in the past, in the days of old, hey, they desired for this time because they know that, you know, eventually the Lord is going to come back and then he's going to establish the kingdom of Israel. You know, but a lot of prophecies had to take place and happen before that time came. And now we're pretty much in that time to where the Lord is going to come back pretty much. You know, because all the prophecies have mainly came to pass except a couple, you know. But it's not a coincidence that these things happen, man. You know, it's not a coincidence. You know, I'm gonna close out with that one. I'm gonna give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh, and double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and peace and salutations unto the elect in the nation of Israel, and to you speckled bird Israelites that look like the heathen nations. To y'all, say Shalom. I'm gonna say Wa Abba Abba.